I will
I
say
mean,
this, I just thought of this, but you know how we were talking about how, like, like, this whole conversation's
yeah,
been about how the English language is slowly taking over all other languages, right?
yeah,
I've seen that in clothing as well. So, I first thought of it a few years back when I read an article about, like, suits and whatnot, and I haven't had a chance to really, like, I've been thinking more and more about it, and think about this. When you look at the United Nations, right? There are people from Lesotho, Burkina Faso, China,
yeah,
Iran, North Korea, Russia, America, Britain, France, whatever. What do they all wear? The same thing. Suit, tie, blazer, shoes, a watch, and then conservative hair, which is like kind of honestly what I have,
yeah.
like
Don't forget the
professional.
tie. The tie.
Yeah. It's so frustrating to see that because they are from all different parts of the world. Why have they adopted like a standard that has developed from, I think, Britain?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
British
yeah, I think it came
origin.
from Britain, right? It's such a shame because, like, there are different countries that have beautiful attires, right?
Yeah.
Like, you might be familiar with, because you're from, your family's from Russia, like the Cossack attire, like the traditional, like
Cossack
saber,
or
whatnot.
Kazakh?
Kazakh.
Kazakh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Like
yeah,
the
but
saber, like the overcoat, bright colors. You have traditional Chinese clothing, which I
mhm.
forget the name, like the wedding dress.
Yep.
Um, you have like the Hanbok and whatnot from Korea. You have like the kimono from Japan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But these world leaders, they just wear suits. And the only person I've seen really go up against this trend is Narendra Modi from India. He's the only world leader that I've noticed that consistently wears like traditional, formal Indian attire instead of like a suit and tie. And I really
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah. I mean, to kind of borrow the civilization joke, are people now wearing your jeans, listen to your pop music?
Yeah. I mean,
Cultural
look, there's
cultural
no going,
victory achieved.
yeah, there's no going back. Like, world leaders are very concerned with their image. So no world leader is gonna wear like a traditional, like, indigenous, like how silly would Putin look if he wore like traditional Russian clothing to like a UN conference, right? Or whatever, right? So it's just not gonna happen. But I do think it is a shame because suits look good. I like them, but there's so much to the world than just suits. So I kind
Yeah.
of don't like how everyone's just become a copy and paste of that.
Yeah. And but again, let's kind of then type back to the whole thing of like because everyone's in a suit, right? Everyone treats each other, kind of in a more equal fashion. You're all just the same. You all
Mhm.
appear the same. That definitely has a change in how you view the person across you. If everyone's wearing their own cultural clothing, I can guarantee you, uh, discussions would be different. Maybe not
Mhm.
drastically, probably not drastically, but it would be different. Like
Okay.
again, imagine, yeah, even like right now, imagine if you I mean, just talking to someone in a t-shirt and jeans is kind of different from talking to someone in like a different clothing. Again, like Nick cultural clothing. You'll be like, why are you dressing that way? Is something going on? Is there an event going on that I'm not aware of?
It's a shame because I have a lot of Korean friends after living here for a while, and I always ask like, do you own a hanbok or do you own like the like traditional clothing of like Korean culture? And they all look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, "No, that's super old fashioned. I'd look ridiculous and I'd be made fun of by my friends." And I'm like, "Why?
Yeah,
Why would you be ashamed of that?" Like, it
yeah,
might be funny if you show up to school in that, like, but to just own it, why is that a shame? Why should you be ashamed of that?
yeah,
Like, wear it for special occasions and whatnot.